Hi, my name is Sydney Bowers, and I'm going to be presenting on the financial strength and future of Kroger Company. So my credentials. I am currently a student at Trine University, and I'm studying business management. I am a transfer student, and I started here recently, just this past fall semester, and I transferred from Mississippi College, and before Mississippi College, I studied at IUPUI, which is Indiana University, Purdue University of Indianapolis. So for my research, all my data was collected from very credible research hubs that are backed by my university. The three that I used were LexisNexis, Mergent, and the Wall Street Journal. Also for my project, I had a lot of guidance and direction by my professor in communications, Dr. Jan Schlegel. So for Kroger. Kroger is the household name of grocery stores in America, and even more so now because of recent years, Kroger has surpassed Walmart in size in terms of sales, which is a big victory for Kroger because Walmart has dominated the market for many, many years, and they previously were the household name of grocery stores, but now in recent years, Kroger has surpassed them. But now that they have surpassed Walmart, they are faced with a bigger issue, and that is a change in the market. And this change in the market is because of the internet. Over the past decade, the internet has grown and the popularity has grown, and the technology has allowed the internet to become a major just hub of everything. Everything's internet-based nowadays. So this has changed the market for shopping, and Kroger is now faced with how they stay relevant and how do they become more internet-based. So, some background information on Kroger Company. They were founded in 1883, so they've been around for over a century, a very solid company, and they are founded out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Their current CEO is Mr. Rodney McMullen, and he has been with the company for over 40 years now. Yes, a question? Yes. How did Mr. McMullen get started with the company? Mr. McMullen started as a cashier at his local Kroger store in Cincinnati while he was in college. And once he got his degree is when he moved to the corporate office. So Rodney is a very good CEO because he has been able to see all levels of employment at Kroger Company. He's experienced it for himself. So he has first-hand experience on what needs to be done to better it, which is what makes him such a strong leader and what is making him a very useful tool for combating this new dilemma on how do we become more internet-based. So the problem that Kroger is facing now is that the internet has changed the market dynamic, and more people now are shopping online than ever. It is way more convenient. They can do it at home from their laptops or from their smartphones. They don't even have to leave the house. They can just lay in bed in their pajamas, order whatever they need online, and have it shipped right to their door. And because of this, new competitors have arisen, and competitors like Amazon have just dominated the market in ways that no other company has. And this is going to be a very big competitor that Kroger is going to have to take on, and is going to have to find ways to have pros shopping at Kroger that are not pros of shopping at Amazon. So the ways that Kroger has started to become more internet-based is firstly through their Kroger app. And they did this so they could start to break the barriers that Kroger was just a physical store. So this way, customers can have Kroger in their back pockets, and they can look at ads, can look at coupons, can make shopping lists whenever is most convenient for them. So this app offers a way for customers to make a virtual shopping list and then go through and look up coupons, any ads and sales that are relevant to their shopping list. So it really takes the coupon hunting and coupon clipping out of the equation. It just makes it way more simpler for the customer. Also, on this app, Kroger offers recipes. So for busy mothers or fathers who are cooking dinner at home, they don't have to search and go through cookbooks to find recipes. They can just go on their Kroger app, pull up a recipe, and then have all the ingredients sent to their shopping list. So it's very convenient that way. And from this app as well, Kroger has been gathering information and data from its users, seeing what features people are using most often and how frequently they are visiting the app. So from this data, they are able to improve their app and make it more tailored for the customer. ClickList also has been a major development that Kroger has established to become more customer friendly. And what ClickList is a really basically a way to kind of order your groceries online. So what you do is you get on your Kroger app, you go to ClickList, you make up your grocery list, and you pay for it online, and then you schedule a pickup at whatever is your nearest Kroger store is. So you schedule that pickup, and you can schedule it for up to 3 days in advance, and all you have to do is drive to your Kroger, call in, let them know you're there, and they will bring your groceries out to their car. And this has been a very popular feature, and over the past 3 years that ClickList has opened, they have opened over 1,000 locations of this now. And it's very useful for customers because during busy holiday season, nobody wants to be out fighting the crowds fighting the crowds around Thanksgiving when everybody's out trying to buy a turkey. So the 3 days before they want to get their shopping done, they can go online to Kroger, get everything they need, pull it up, pay for it, and then drive there, pick it up, and not even have to deal with the crowds. And this is a very convenient way that Kroger is allowing their customers to shop. So mergers. As a way for Kroger to become more internet-based, they have been merging with some other companies like Vitacost so they can combine their technologies so they are more they have the expertise to be more online based, and that was what Vitacost was. They were solely an online based store. Kroger merged with them to gain their expertise so they also can be more internet based as well. And this purchase happened in 2014. And other mergers Kroger has been considering over recent years is Alibaba, which is a Chinese company that is also just internet based. This merger would just be for Kroger to gain their online expertise and also to use their technology to increase checkout speeds at physical stores. When rumors of this merger started floating around, Kroger saw a 2% increase in their stock, which is pretty good, and that happened in January of 2018. And another thing Kroger has been considering doing is selling off their convenience store department, which is 7-Eleven. Doing this would allow them to take whatever equity they have from that and invest into back into Kroger to become more internet based. And this would be a very smart decision because in reality 7-Eleven is worth more outside of Kroger. So growth. Over the last couple of years, Kroger has seen substantial growth. During this time is when Kroger had surpassed Walmart in the number of sales, but now that they have done that, their speed of growth is starting to equal out and slow down. And in 2015 was a big year for Kroger because that was the first year they saw over $1 billion in sales. And then only just 2 years later is when they would have over $115 billion in sales. So that is a major increase over the 2 years, going from $1 billion to over $115. And that can be attributed to the Kroger app and the click list. Adding those features in has brought in new customers, and they have seen growth because of that. And during the third quarter of 2017 is when they had a record. For that quarter, they had over $397 million of sales. And on Black Friday, they had a record number of general merchandise sales in store. And that was really great for Kroger. So in this picture, you can see how the stock prices have changed over the last several months. This is from starting back in September of 2018. So they most certainly have grown and have really kept their peak highs even into the new year. And this next chart is just an income statement, and I have highlighted in orange the changes in total revenue and earnings per share. And you can see that how back in 2015 compared to 2017, that major growth. So Kroger's elastic demand. This is another kind of issue that Kroger is facing, is because Kroger's sales are directly linked to how much money the customer has. So if the economy is doing very well, customers are going to go spend more money, and they're going to buy more groceries, and they're going to spend more money in Kroger. But if the economy is doing poorly, then the customers are not going to spend as much money. So with that, whenever there are hills and valleys with the economy, there's going to be hills and valleys with the sales at Kroger's as well. So back in 2017, Kroger predicted that they were going to see a drop in sales, and because of that, they saw a 19% drop in their stock, and that was the steepest drop they had seen in a one-day time frame. And that was because they were expecting consumers not to spend as much money. Obviously, that prediction was false, because the third quarter was very much profitable in a record-setting time for Kroger. But that prediction from the beginning of 2017 really ended up hurting their stock prices. And certain times of the year definitely affect the price of the stock, because people are going to be spending a lot more money during the holiday season, like Thanksgiving and Christmas, buying groceries for that, than they are, say, in the middle of June, when there's not really any major holiday like that coming up. So this next graph kind of shows the stock prices again, and you can see it more easily how right around Thanksgiving is when the stock prices shot up, and then they continued to increase to Christmas, and then they kind of started to decrease after the new year. And this is all because of shopping, of the customers shopping for the holiday season. All of that is directly attributed to that. So competitors. The internet has created new competitors that Kroger has never had to face before. Amazon has easily become the king of online shopping. They offer almost an unlimited supply of different merchandise that are available to customers all around the world, and typically can be brought to their doorstep within 2 days. And now in Seattle, Washington, Amazon has opened up their first physical store, and this is the store of the future. This has no cashiers. All you do is you open your app and you walk in, and you just take what you want, and that is linked to your credit card, because there are a bunch of sensors and lasers around in the building, so they can read barcodes as you take them and put them into your purse. And then when you walk out of the store, you are then charged for those items that you have taken with you. And this is the future of grocery shopping. And Amazon is able to do this more easily than Kroger, because they were firstly internet-based, and now they are using all their internet expertise and moving to the physical market. And it's going to be harder for Kroger in this because they are a physically based store, and now they have to develop new technology to move to the internet. So this is going to be a pretty difficult task for Kroger, but Kroger can still easily measure up to this. So my conclusions for this. Kroger has been around since 1883, and since then has been able to adapt to the changing times and the changing markets. So it is very likely that they will continue to do that and will continue to adapt in the years to come. And currently they are actively developing new ways to stay relevant and to keep customers walking in their doors. And over the past couple of years, their stock has steadily increased. If you look from 2013, when it was $1.39, to what it was in 2017, when it was people were seeing a profit of $2.08. It has been increasing over the years and is likely to continue that trend because they are finding ways to stay relevant. And in sense of physical grocery stores, Kroger has dominated that market already. Kroger is the household name. They have created ways to keep the customers walking in their doors, and that itself makes them a very strong company to invest in. And because of this as well, investors are taking note as well and are not discounting Kroger at all as being a bad company to invest in because they see all these strengths. There's some weaknesses that Kroger is facing is over the next couple years, the demand for a physical grocery store is going to continue to decrease because of the internet, and there is always going to be a demand to stay relevant no matter what, because technology is continue to advance and get even better. And because of the internet, it makes it easier for new companies to enter the market. So that's another thing that Kroger is going to be facing, is going to be facing a constant battle of new competition coming in, and they're going to have to find ways to combat those. And with that as well, Amazon is not going to be an easy company to take on. They have already dominated the market, and they're just going to have to find ways to make themselves more appealing than them. And another weakness is that Kroger sales have a correlation with the economy. So if the economy does poorly, or if we go into another great recession, then Kroger is definitely going to feel that strain very harshly. So my recommendations after my research, Kroger as a long-term investment, they have shown they have been able to adapt to the changing times for many years, for over 135 years now. So the likelihood that they're going to continue to is very strong. So that makes them a great company to invest in. They are safe, and there's relatively low risk because they are a big name grocery store company, and they are still going to continue to grow. The growth is not going to be very rapid, but you are going to see growth from each year. It just may not be a substantial amount. And they are currently changing their business model and making it more tailored to the customer, which is what makes a company a good company to invest in, is if they are working for the customer and not just for themselves. And because of all of this, this is what makes Kroger a good company to invest in for the long term. For the short term, I do not invest it, and I do not recommend that, because they are not going to see much growth from year to year. The most growth you're going to see is over a 5 to 10 year spread. So if you're just looking for something as a quick investment to make a couple $1,000s off of, Kroger is not your company to do that at all. So I recommend definitely doing long-term investments with Kroger, not short-term. Other risks with investments with Kroger, if Kroger is not able to adjust to the changing times, they are eventually going to fade out. Same thing goes with competitors. If they are not able to find ways to beat out their competitors, they are going to continue to lose sales, and their stock is going to decrease, and this is a very crucial time for Kroger to establish themselves as a modern supermarket for the modern family. If they aren't able to do that, then they are going to see that reflected in their stock prices. So my recommendations for Kroger Company as a whole, they need to gain customer loyalty, and by doing that, they need to create a better shopping experience, enhance their app, and have fast food located in their stores to make it more of a, fun thing to do, that you get your coffee and then you go shop, not as a chore. They also need to stay ahead of other physical grocery stores, and they need to have well-trained staff and have very friendly staff because they are reflective of the Kroger brand. The layout of the store needs to be organized and easy to follow. The store as well needs to be visibly clean, and they need to increase the speed of checkout. That is the biggest annoyance that customers face, is the speed of checkout and not enough checkout lines being open. So if Kroger can increase their checkout speed, they are definitely going to see an increase in customers. Other recommendations for Kroger is they need to be more competitive online. They need to develop their online store and continue research and development into their app and make more online sales. My personal recommendation is they need to make a subscription box of groceries and have customers choose recipes they want and have that single recipe with all the ingredients they need to cook that recipe delivered to their house. And that can be something that they can have delivered either on an everyday basis or just Monday through Friday or every other day. But I think that would set Kroger apart, and they have all the supplies needed for that. It's just they need to work on their online store to make that as a way to reach out to customers. So if they could make a delivery subscription box, they would see a lot of sales from that. So if you have any more questions, I will gladly take them now. If not, here are the rest of my references. It was a pleasure to present to you guys, and I hope that you found my information very entertaining and informative, but thank you for listening.